In this video, I'm going to show you what happens when you go no contact, what happens energetically, because it completely transforms the energy dynamic. I'm going to share with you the benefits of doing this and why this will completely change your life. Now, first off is no contact, and why is it so incredibly powerful? Now, no contact, and the no contact rule is that prior some form of separation or some form of breakup, what happens is you completely cut off communication, which means no text messaging, no calling, no random incidences or synchronicities of conveniently running into each other, no social media likes, no checking them out on social media and stalking their stuff. It means literally pulling back energetically and not reaching out, not contacting, hence the word no contact. Now, this is something that when you apply in the energy dynamic after a breakup or after some form of separation changes everything, because what it does and what it allows each individual person to do is to be in their own energy. Now, normally it's one person, but sometimes it can be both people, they may decide to separate or to have space. Normally it's one person also that wants more space than the other. Then the other person wants to feel connected to that person or doesn't want to completely lose contact. So what they do is they reach out, they contact them, they have little like them on their stuff on social media to show that they're still around. But what that other person really wants is they want energetic space. And the thing is, energetically, if someone continues to contact the person, they're not giving that energetic space. And not only are they not giving that person space, but like even by thinking of somebody else, there is an energy field, there is a projection of energy that is happening. I know this is a little bit more esoteric. However, what ends up happening is when somebody is thinking of somebody else, based on what that person is feeling, that energy is then being projected at the person that they're thinking about. Now the thing is if somebody is feeling lack, if somebody is feeling like this person hasn't come around, I really want this person to acknowledge me, I really want this person to like me or to have that energy, then what ends up happening is there's a feeling of lack that is being projected at the person that wants space. Now this is why, even more powerful than just going no contact, what I would recommend is actually pulling your energy back and actually not even thinking about the person, which might be kind of hard to do in the beginning of a breakup or a separation. But what the key to this whole entire transformative process is, because this actually not only works for your own magnetic energy, but it allows you to actually heal. And normally people don't actually do the no contact because they secretly don't want to really move on. They don't really want to heal. And it's prolonging. It's almost like an excuse and a distraction from somebody going through their own healing, from someone actually energetic letting go. Now, energetically letting go is actually the best thing that you can do. Because when you energetically let go, you let go of also the resistance. The resistance may have been what was clogging up the relationship, clogging up the dynamic, the wanting either their validation or approval. And remember, wanting means lack, so wanting is being projected at this person. They're feeling it and they want space. Now, what will happen is if you completely go no contact and also you really energetically pull your energy back by focusing on you. This is a great time to focus on your own values. This is a great time to focus on your own group of friends. This is a great time to focus on your own life, your purpose, your mission, how you're showing up in the world. As you focus more on the self versus other, that will allow you to develop that energy that is way more magnetic. Because a lot of times what happens is from childhood, we had certain childhood dynamic experiences where we maybe felt not chosen. Maybe we felt like we attracted people that weren't interested. And that, in our life now, is normally a reflection of inner childhood stuff that happened, and it feels familiar. So what makes it hard to go no contact is there's almost an addictive quality to the old familiar energy and trying to prove to mom and dad that you're worthy. And now we're trying to prove it to the person we're dating that we're actually worthy. And it's distracting us from ourselves. The interesting thing is the wound that is active is what is called an abandonment wound. Mom and dad physically or emotionally abandoned us as kids. That may have been what happened. And then what happens is we attract people that reflect back that abandonment wound, that don't choose the relationship, that have this levels of criticisms, that want a lot of space. And it's a reflection of that same energy. But realizing that not going no contact is a way of keeping the childhood energy activated. Now, the abandonment wound, not wanting to be abandoned, it's almost like by doing that, we're fighting to not be abandoned by not doing the no contact rule. It's like if I continue to talk to them and I continue to talk them in a certain way or get them to come around, then I won't be abandoned. The trouble is, and the challenge is that what people do to do that, to not be abandoned, to not be rejected, to like talk somebody into the relationship or whatever, is they abandon themselves. They abandon themselves to be the way that this other person wants them to be, to not be so needy or to pull back, whatever. The key to this is realizing that it's the power of coming back to self, coming back and to not abandon yourself any longer. The most magnetic thing you could do is to literally pull back your energy and to be and to feel safe inside of your own body and not be addicted to the same childhood dynamics that were active when you were a kid. And that actually allows you to heal, and it allows them. You see, it's funny because I'll say it allows you to do it, but it's like, okay, that's cool, but what about them? What about them? It's always on, a lot of times the focus will be on them. And when the focus is on them, well, the truth is, by actually pulling back your energy, you allow them to go through and to get the space that they're actually asking for, and then it allows them to come to their own conclusions. They may realize then through the space that they do appreciate you. But until you energetically give them that space, they can't come to that conclusion, because even if you're physically not contacting them, but you're still projecting lots of energy at them, you still want them in your life, it's a weird energetic thing. But people are literally reflecting back what we believe to be true. Reading the book called Attached, and it talks a lot about the different attachment styles. There's secure attachment, which is like you can give and receive love easily. You're able to be intimate, but you're also able to give someone their space. There's a lack of neediness there. You've got anxious attachment, which is people that lean in to love, want, and normally are like grasping for love. And then that's called anxious attachment. And then avoidant attachment is people that keep love at an arm's length. When it starts to get too intimate, they push away. And normally they have challenges with trusting. Now, the difference between these three and what will really, I think, change your life if you apply what I share with you right now is realizing that basically what happens with the secure attachment is they generally expect and believe that their partners will love them. And they don't worry that their partner is going to leave. And because of that belief system, they feel secure and they're able to attract somebody, and then they're able to be present with that person, and it's an energy dynamic that has a nice flow. The anxious person believes the other person is going to leave because mom and dad may be left. So then they grasp on. They want more connection. They want to control it. And of course, that needy energy repels love, and it makes them say, I want space. Now, normally as well, there's something called the anxious avoidant trap, which is where the anxious person attracts an avoidant. An avoidant wants love at arm's length, doesn't want too much of the intimacy, it wants it just close enough, but not too close. Now, they believe that it's not safe to have intimacy, because at a certain point in their past, in childhood, they may have had that intimacy of that closeness with a parent, and then it was broke, and then they said, I can't trust. So they feel more safe in their own individual energy. So normally what happens is the anxious attracts the avoidant. The avoidant says, I want space. Now the challenge is that if the anxious continues to chase the avoidant, it keeps making them want space. But when you actually do no contact and you bring the energy back to self, it allows them to come around. And then sometimes what then happens, and this is where you have to be honest with the trauma side of this, because if you do that, what happens is then they feel like, oh, they have a moment to breathe. And then once they breathe, all the emotions come back of how much they liked that person that was anxious or that relationship. And then they may want it again, but then what happens is it hooks the people back into that energy dynamic. So it's not the answer. The thing with this is you're not going no contact to get them back. You're not going no contact to then manipulate the situation. I'd encourage you to go no contact because the answer is to actually pull your energy back and to not be addicted to the old familiar childhood dynamics and to really focus on yourself. I learned for myself, even when it comes to my own masculinity, that me chasing and doing all that energy was depolarizing my own masculine energy. I had to learn to pull my energy back and to be safe in my own body, in my own frame. One thing I've talked about in other videos, and I'll just quickly share it in case you haven't heard it yet, is this energy practice that you can do with somebody else. Also an energy thing that happened at an event that I went to, where the person on the front did she was like a scientist, did a tech talk on some type of energy thing, and basically she said, everyone in the crowd, send me energy right now. And everyone was sending her energy. Everyone was sending her energy. And she said it made her back up. It made her, it's repelling when people are sending someone else energy. She said, okay, now everyone in the crowd, bring the energy back in your body. Bring it into your feet. Bring it into your hands. Bring it back to yourself. Feel the energy in your body. As people did that, she said she could feel magnetized towards them. So you being in your own body, you being in your own frame, you living by your own values, you being in your own friend group, you focusing on your own passion, these are all magnetic things. And the more you're embodied in that way, the more magnetic you are. The more you project your energy at somebody else, believing that they're going to lead to your happiness or something, the more you literally dilute your own energy. The more it takes away from your own field and your own magnetic quality. So the answer to all of this is to actually pull them back. Pull them, not them back, pull your energy back. Pull them as in yourself back. Pull your energy back. Be safe in your own body. Be safe in your own frame. And as you do that, it absolutely changes everything. Now, if you haven't done, I have an inner child meditation that helps heal this energy from childhood so that you can feel magnetic in your own frame, in your own body. We energetically go to Kauai, Hawaii. We bring forth our inner child and we go through this powerful activation. It's one of my most powerful meditations. It's absolutely free. You can go to aarondowdy.com/child, CHILD, because it's a child meditation, or click the link in the description box below. And that will help you to completely heal from the inside out. And one of my most powerful videos is how to let them miss you and how to let the universe work it out. This is the best, most powerful video to watch after this video. Watch it right here. When we're attached, what we do is we create resistance. And this resistance is dependent on how someone else is responding or not responding to our own energy.